And we're back here at Holy Trinity Classical Christian School and learning so much about the wonderful programs they have. And now we're going to shift our gear to the development and talk about the great thing coming down the road. And we're going to be talking with these two ladies here who are instrumental in meeting a huge campaign goal. Minnie and Celeste, thank you guys for joining. So we understand that in little over 1 year's time, you raised over $6 million to reach the goal. That's amazing. Tell us how you achieved that.
Well, we achieved it really, through God's grace, because that is a miraculous thing to raise $6 million in a year's time. August 2019, we closed on the property. We purchased the parcel that we're on at 302 Burroughs. And 1 year later, September of 2020, we started the campaign. We started reaching out to people in the community. And one of the things that stands out the most to me is the generous support that we have received from the community over the past 10 years, and how so many of these people stepped up to help us once again with this campaign. So many of those people who do not have children or grandchildren at the school, but recognize the need for this kind of education, for a Christ-centered education in our community. And we achieved $6.1 million by the following November.
Wow, amazing.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, congratulations, really. That's yay!
Yeah.
So with these dollars, we were just talking about, you're going to be building a building. So Minnie, tell us a little bit about the purpose of this building.
Yeah, we're so excited. This is the first phase of our long-term campus vision plan, and this first phase will involve an arts and athletic facility here on our campus, and we have a thriving theater program. We'll have a full-size stage. There'll be a music classroom. We would love to add a strings program at some point. There also is a full-size basketball court where we can have basketball games and volleyball and have PE. There's a multi-purpose classroom where we can have community seminars. Our robotics team is flourishing. They can use that, gives us some flex space, but more importantly, it gives us a place where we can assemble our entire student body in one place. We don't have room to do that now. And it also provides us a bridge. It enables us to function and do well and thrive on this campus until time for our second phase, which will involve a 2-story academic building, a beautiful chapel, a cafetorium, and it'll enable us to bridge that gap between times. So we're excited, and we are on a timeline. We're working through the planning and permitting process with the city, and we are hopeful, Lord willing, we're going to break ground later on this spring.
Super exciting. So focusing on the arts and the athletics first, it sounds like, and then later you're going to go on to the others. And as we've talked to you all here at the school over the course of time, we see that is such a huge focus here with the writing program and the theater program, and certainly talking to the students today, you see it's definitely well spent and definitely invested in those kids, so that's great.
I love it. I'm excited for both of you and for the whole community. I mean, because in talking with Annie and Thomas and listening to their stories here, and the writing part, and I'm a big fan of, guys, they're back there, just letting you know. Having that ability, the performance, so much helps a student's confidence. It's the public speaking, it's in front of people. We forget that. We're also behind computers all the time and behind screens. That I think that's something I hope our education will continue to put into our school systems and grow and nurture that program, because we still have to be social in our world, correct? So with their building, you're going to break in spring, and so it'll probably take, what, a year or two?
About a year.
A year to build. What do you think the kids, do you have a donor's name for this building yet? Or?
We have chosen, this building will not be named after a single donor, and that is because it took a community to come together, but everything we do is for God's glory, and that is our motto, Soli Deo Gloria, to God alone be the glory. And so we're not choosing to single out any one individual, so our families have contributed. We had students that gave their tooth fairy money.
Oh my goodness, how wonderful
is
that?
We did. We had a student that gave us $1.32 in a Ziploc baggie, which was also great. And then we had our matching donors who just really believe in the vision and mission. So how to single out one? How could you do that?
I totally totally
Yeah.
understand. So you found out that are these donors who don't have children here, are they local people? Are they people who live in the community and they're just supporting the kids?
Beaufort community.
We have found out over the years of doing shows in our community that this county has such supportive people behind it that, and you get somebody that's involved in that mission and have that heart for that mission, like the Christ-centered education, then there's no limits to it, for sure. So that's obviously, we've seen that play out here with what you all have just told us.
So then what's next, ladies?
The Lord only knows. We do have a long-term plan. Now, one of the things that I think we're just so excited about is just to be an important part of the community. And you've met Thomas and you've met Annie, and they're not going to necessarily be able to reap the benefits of the next stage of our campus vision plan, but what we want is for them to go away, get a fabulous education, and come back and send their students here to Holy Trinity. And it's important to us that we remain accessible, and that's accessible financially as well as geographically. We have folks that drive 45 minutes to get here, and then we have students that walk to school, and we have students that ride their bikes to school. So we want this type of education to be available to anybody that wants it, and we want to be here and get their grandkids.
Well, Thomas and Annie, who are over there, they are future parents, and then, like you said, they have a dream, I'm sure, to give that education to their own children someday. So it'll go for future generations. So this is a wonderful conversation. We love it, and we thank you all for sharing about your wonderful school, and we thank you all for watching this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.